Hey Kinderpups! Today we're going to be learning a very cool holiday. It's called Passover. It's something that Jewish people celebrate, and one of the main countries in which Jewish people live is Israel. So that is the book that we're going to be reading today. P is for Passover. P is for Passover. A is for Afikomen. The search will be fun. The broken Mazda is hidden in our story's fun. B is for burning bush. Flames Moses saw. God sent him a message. He listened in awe. C is for charoset. Nuts, apples, and wine. We eat it at Cedar. Add cinnamon to mine. D is for Danio. The thank you we sing for all God has brought us for freedom each spring. Da-da-ee-noo, da-da-ee-noo, da-da-ee-noo. E is for Elijah. Front doors open wide. We fill up his wine cup. Will he come inside? F is for feast. Cedar meal we share. To honor our freedom, I relax in my chair. G is for jellified fish. Graham makes it from scratch. Put horseradish on it. I'll eat the whole batch. H is for Haggadah. Let's read along. Read the Passover story and sing every song. I is for infant. Adrift in the water, found in a basket by Pharaoh's young daughter. That's baby Moses. J is for journey. We relive it each year. A trip across the desert to a land free from fear. K is for Canadios, so fluffy and hot. Mazda balls in my soup sure hit the spot. L is for Lacham, to life we all cheer. Uncles, aunts, and cousins all join us each year. M is for Mazda, flatbreads made of wheat. Quickly baked before fleeing, it's crispy to eat. N is for Nisan, full moon rises bright when Passover starts on this month's 15th night. O is for Oh Little Goat, a song that I love. The goat gets in trouble and is saved from above. P is for Passover, or Pesach, some would say, to celebrate freedom on this holiday. Q is 4 questions my brother recites. Why is this night different from all other nights? R is for Red Sea, that parted so wide, how everyone danced when they reached to the far side. S is for cedar plate, filled with 5 things. Taste the maror and the bitterness it brings. So maror or bitter herbs, charoset, baztaza or roasted egg, a shank bone, and fresh greens. T is for 10 plagues, gave Pharaoh a fright. Hail, grasshoppers, frogs, and day turned to night. U is for unleavened bread and also sweet cakes. My favorite's the brownies that Dad always makes. V is for vegetables to remember slave years. They're dipped in salt water, which reminds us of tears. W is for wine that Aunt Liz helps me pour. I fill each glass once and again 3 times more. X is an exodus that Moses once led. Away from the Pharaoh, the Hebrews all fled. Y is for the youngest who plays a big part. A small person asking 4 questions. So smart. Z is the sleepy sounds that kids make. The cedar was fun, but we can't stay awake. And then it tells us the story of the Passover. Okay, you ready? Here we go. More than 3,000 years ago, the Jewish people, called Hebrews then, lived in Egypt. The Egyptians worshipped many gods, and the Hebrews believed in one God. Yet, the Pharaoh let the Hebrews live in peace. When he died, the new Pharaoh turned them into slaves. He even ordered all male Hebrew children to be killed at birth. But one baby was hidden along the Nile River bank. When the Pharaoh's daughter discovered him, she named him Moses and raised him in the Pharaoh's palace as an Egyptian. When he grew older and saw the suffering of the Hebrew slaves, Moses fought back. Afraid of what the Pharaoh would do, he left Egypt. Then another Pharaoh came to power who treated the Hebrews even worse. They cried out to God for help, and Moses, now a shepherd, witnessed a burning bush unharmed by the fire. God called out to Moses, telling him to return to Egypt and lead the Hebrews out of slavery. Moses told the Pharaoh, "Let my people go." But the Pharaoh refused. God sent 10 plagues to Egypt. The 10th was the worst. On that night, the eldest son in every Egyptian home died. But the Hebrew sons were spared. The angel of death was given a sign to pass over their houses. Finally, the Pharaoh agreed. The Hebrews quickly packed their things and kneaded bread dough, but they had no time to let it rise. They ate their mazda bread and fled. But the Pharaoh changed his mind and sent his army after them. As they reached the Red Sea, the soldiers approached. Miraculously, the waters parted long enough to let them cross to the other side. Moses then led his people to freedom in the Promised Land. Each spring, Passover is celebrated all over the world. The story is retold during a Seder service, during which special foods such as mazda, charoset, and bitter herbs are eaten to remind Jews of the events that took place. Everyone enjoys a delicious Seder feast. So like I said, Israel is where Jews originated from, and Passover is one of the holidays that they celebrate. Hope you learned something cool about Israel. Bye, boys and girls.